let's get curry making, shall we? A curry ayam, which is a Malaysian-inspired, or my take on a Malaysian-inspired chicken curry. Now, I wanted to talk, though, Mike, about chicken, because I reckon, first up, chicken is so much better cooked on the bone.
Absolutely.
I knew you were going to agree with me.
Flavour.
Yeah, but also, from a cost perspective, I think it is so much more budget-friendly, especially when you're cooking for a family or for more people, to buy your chicken whole. So, Mike, can I get you to...
Break it down?
Break it down for me, yeah. So always, if you've got a really sharp knife, I've got a good cleaver knife I tend to use. He's using his fancy chefing, boning kind of knife. But as long as you've got a really sharp knife or poultry shears, whichever one you find easiest to do, it is so easy to cut apart your own chicken. And also that means if you've got someone who loves the leg and someone else wants the breast and all that stuff, our favourite parts of the chicken, you've got it all in the same dish. And the breast especially, which can dry out when you cook it on its own very easily, it's so much tastier when you do cook it on the bone. So that's what we're going to do for this dish. So Mike's going to chop it into about 8 pieces, the whole chicken will come into. Meantime, I'm going to dice up some onion and get my curry going. And the other thing I love about curries are they can be really, really rustic, which is my favourite style of cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like you can't really go wrong.
You can't go wrong with a curry. It's a low, slow cook, lots of flavour.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's no right or wrong. I literally will only buy whole chickens. Like, it's just, it's so much more cost effective. It's so much better in terms of flavour. Like, and then you've got the bones to make your own stocks as well.
So I'm just going to saute some onion. How many recipes start with sauteing onion, garlic?
What is the base?
With or without ginger. Yeah,
it's
exactly.
the base of all, you know, of all cooking.
Absolutely.
You're layering flavour.
And we're going in with our garlic, our onion, and some ginger. Now, often we grate our ginger, but actually for this dish, provided you've got relatively fresh ginger, I like to just chop it for this dish rather than grate it. And I don't mind having those little pieces of ginger in the final dish. And this goes into the pan too.
So with the chicken, Joe, you'll notice, like, this is the back carcass, which we're keeping for stocks and stuff. I've separated the breast, left it on the bone, okay? Because flavour, leaving it on the bone when you're doing something like a curry will help keep the moisture in. And then you've got your legs here, your thighs here.
Now, into that pan now, I'm going to use some turmeric. It's become a famous spice, really, in health circles because of its anti-inflammatory effects. And that's because of the particular compounds that's present in that spice really does have fantastic anti-inflammatory effects within your body. So turmeric's a really great one to use. Then I'm just going to add some Malaysian curry powder. So I've got those Malaysian flavours, a whole cinnamon stick, and some star anise. How pretty are star anise? That's a lovely spice to put in there.
Beautiful flavour as well.
Yeah, gorgeous. So they go in, and then I'm going to brown my chicken. So in go all my chicken pieces. I'm leaving the skin on too. The whole one goes in there. And you do want to, you know, there's nutritional value in all the pieces of a chicken. I love this sort of nose to tail dining. And the whole thing just adds to the flavour. So we just want to brown those chicken pieces, sealing them off before we add our liquids. Okay, Mike, perhaps now you could chop for me some potatoes, just into some nice big chunks.
Yeah.
And then pass me the stock and the coconut milk, and we are about ready to add our liquids into the curry. And then we're going to simmer it for about half an hour, 40 minutes, and then we're going to be good to finalise the dish. Comforting curry smell in the air.
Smells divine.
Doesn't it just? So see how that chicken now has really nicely kind of cooked through. You can see that cooking on the bone is better. You know, you can see that sort of meat starting to kind of fall apart. My potatoes are tender. There's a gorgeous, gorgeous smell. So we can now finish this off. Now I've got a really nice hot pan here, and look how good these little products are. I have actually made my own roti in the past, but this is so convenient. You have them in your freezer. They're made with wholemeal flour, so of course I'm very happy. and they come straight out, and all you need to do is cook them directly from frozen into a hot pan, dry pan. I haven't got any oil or anything in there, and literally just 30 seconds or so on each side. You'll see that it softens, starts to sort of puff a little bit, flip it over, and that's it. So we're going to do a couple of rotis. Meantime, Mike, if you could chop me some of that gorgeous coriander.
Yeah.
And maybe me, of course, I love to wilt spinach through.
Of course you do.
Get my greens in there.
But it's a great place to put it.
Yeah, just right at the end of cooking. Never put your spinach in too early because it'll fall apart. It's quite a delicate leaf. So we want to add it right at the last minute, almost before you serve. Just fold it in so it wilts through that sauce and it just looks gorgeous and adds the goodness of those leafy greens. We want to eat leafy greens every single day. So I add them into as many meals as I possibly can. And I'm just going to flip this roti. See how it's just starting to brown up just a little bit. So I'm not serving this curry with rice. I'm just going to, because I've got some potatoes in there, I'm just going to serve it with a couple of these wholemeal rotis. So take this one out, that one's ready. We'll put one more in while we plate up. So I'm going to take a little of this coriander and mix it through. Okay, so I'm going to plate this up. What's the favourite part of the bird for you, Mike?
Me? Thigh. I'm a thigh man.
I thought you might be. It is a flavoursome part.
Yeah, the brown meat, it's juicy, it's rich, like it's obviously a little bit more fatty, but that's flavour.
It is.
Beautiful flavour.
It is, but actually it's also got more iron and more zinc, that brown meat, compared to the breast. There we go.
Beautiful, Joe.
And then I just like to fold these and pop them on the side.
Nice. So this is mine. What's yours?
That. Let's taste, shall we?
Finally.
I was just making you sniff it for a little bit more. Savour that beautiful smell. Go on, you go first.
Okay, I usually let you go, but this looks too good to wait, Joe. That sauce looks so creamy and delicious.
It's passing the Mikey test.
Oh, that is, I think that's your best yet for me.
Oh,
that is outstanding.
Geez. Big praise.
Outstanding. Beautiful flavour, rich sauce, like so many aromats in there. That is delicious. And like spicy, but not spicy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, you can spice it up as much as you like,
Yeah.
but I think sometimes those kind of coconut kind of curries, you want the right kick of spice, but you also want to feel the depth of flavour of the cinnamon and the star anise and the other spices in there rather than overwhelming it with too much chilli. There's two things going on for me here. Is one, why have you got your knife and fork in the wrong hands? And secondly, you're not doing it the proper way.
Okay.
We're supposed to be doing it with a little bit of roti.
Oh, jeez.
Get your roti,
Feel like
dunk
I'm
it
home
in
with
the
Mum.
dunk it in the sauce.
Oh, even better.
Now you're showing off. Oh, how good is that?
This good.
Okay, we'll
Ciao.
see you later.